Welcome to Play by Play Radio, and here we're going to be talking about fantasy football. I'm Zach, here along with Owen and Peter. Owen, who do you think will be the highest fantasy scorer this year?
Saquon Barkley, no doubt. Last year he had an explosive season, 1,000 yards rushing for a rookie, plus another 1,000 yards receiving. He is definitely a great running back, both for running yards and receiving yards. I think he'll be great in fantasy.
Peter, do you agree?
Wait, aren't you saying that because you're a Penn State fan? 'Cause
I mean, I am a Penn State fan, but look at his stats. He had 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 rushing yards.
I agree with him partly. I agree he may be high scoring, but he might not. I actually think a different running back, like, let's just say, Le'Veon Bell with his new team, or if he even, James Conner, I think actually. It's either James Conner or Barkley, like you said. Because Conner came in, everyone was like, oh, the Steelers are going to suck. The running back sucks. Did you see him? He dominated this league. I think that's going to repeat.
I actually had him on my fantasy team last year, and he was pretty good. But I still think Saquon Barkley is going to lead fantasy in points, just because when James Conner is explosive when he gets the ball in handoffs, Saquon can catch too. And in PPR leagues, points per reception, every time he catches that ball, it's a point for you. So I think that's why.
And then Jordan Howard might be another good guy.
What do you guys think of the quarterbacks? Owen?
Quarterbacks. That's a tough one with Gronk away for Brady. And I just think Wentz will definitely be improved this year.
I think
That's all I'm gonna say.
Mahomes will still be very good in fantasy-wise, but he will not be as good as he was last year. Like, if you do not see many people who can throw 50 touchdowns back-to-back in 2 seasons back-to-back. So I think he's going to be a good pick still as a starting quarterback, but there will be days when he won't be doing things that you expect him to do, unlike last year, so you should have another good quarterback on your bench.
I agree. But he might not be your number one man every single week that you play for fantasy football. Maybe he's not reliable enough to be called to put him in your lineup every week.
Well, receivers, Peter?
Antonio Brown's going to have a good year. After being this respected in Pittsburgh, I think he'll get respected in Oakland and have a good year.
That's where I disagree, because Derek Carr is not a great quarterback
But
at
he has
all.
a great receiver, like Antonio Brown or OBJ or Landry.
Yeah, but he can't. If you're not a good quarterback, but you have a good receiver, then you can't. Then as a quarterback, you can't get the ball to that receiver in a good fashion.
But
So it comes down to AB, and some catches he won't be able to make.
true. But I also think there's 2 Browns. Call me crazy if you want. 2 Browns, Lauren Landry and OBJ. Those 2 are guys going to be explosive. Then they have Baker Mayfield as their quarterback who can throw good passes.
Last year, I had Jarvis Landry on my fantasy team, and he was great. Almost every week, he got me over 15 points. He was just fabulous. And I think another wide receiver that you should keep an eye out for, he'd be a good, not starting, but like good bench wide receiver, is Larry Fitzgerald. Now that he has a good quarterback to throw in the ball, people think that he's not very good anymore because he's getting up there in age. He's overlooked. I think he's going to be pretty good this year as a backup wide receiver.
So overall, for me in this whole conversation, has been in my mind. I have yet to say this. The Browns can be contenders. I think not just in the AFC, the whole league. Because they have a bunch of good receivers. and I don't know their running back. Sorry, but they're probably going to show up. And then they have Baker Mayfield.
So, Owen, you brought up Kyler Murray. What do you guys think of the rookie class? What do you think they will be able to do in the fantasy? Owen?
He was the first pick of the draft, but
He'll do good.
with rookies, you never really know. I mean, the draft has been pretty consistent with players coming out. Like last year, first pick Jadeveon Clowney, he's pretty good. Or not last year, but like Baker Mayfield came out first, Jadeveon Clowney came out first. They're both
What do you guys think
fabulous
of
players.
Miles Sanders, the Eagles running back pick?
I think
Strong
that
or not strong?
I think using the handcuff technique in the fact where if you have the starting running back for a team, you should get the backup running back for that team in case something happens to the starting one. And I think that Miles is a perfect running back. For handcuff strategy.
And that'll be it for our show today. Thank you for watching Play by Play.